The magic of networking. The process and things I learned about networking at Magic. First, I asked a few of my classmates what they learned from this course about networking. Anna Klosterman said that networking is such an important aspect in the fashion and retailing industry, and learning how to properly do it is very important. Emma Dickinson said that if you just reach out to people and make the effort and interest in meeting them, you're only doing something good for yourself, whether it be just another person to know, an internship, or a possible job. Dana Keck said that even if you aren't interested in the company or the person, they may know someone who knows someone, so don't burn any bridges. Jocelyn Soikinen said that even though you're a small fish in a big pond, the smallest bait can make you tasty enough for their dinner. And as Kelly Ray says, ask questions because you never know what you'll get from it. Next, I'm going to share with you one of the most crucial pieces for us students networking at Magic, the business card. Keep the information short and simple. Name, phone number, email, city and state. Unless you're networking for a physical retail location, then there's really no need to put your address on your business card. Next, it was helpful for us to have a notes section on the back of our cards. This tool was convenient for us and the vendors to jot down any information about our meeting. Next, add something unique to set your card apart from other cards the vendors may have received throughout the show. A quote, a professional picture, a graphic, the shape of your card, or the material used to make your card. Lastly, incorporate a social network into your business card. LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, or a blog. Just be cautious when using a social network that it's still professionally used. With that being said, I'm going to show you a few examples of business cards that were used at Magic. Jocelyn's card is a great example. The quality of the material used is fabulous. The barcode graphic is catchy and perfectly paired with her professional description. Anna's card is simple and elegant. It provides just the right amount of information needed for the vendor to contact her. My card uses visually impactful images and a quotation to get the vendor to interact more with my business card. Jerry Hines, one of the vendors we met with while attending Magic, has a professionally branded, glossy business card. What I love about this card is that one side is read vertically, while the opposite side is read horizontally. Tips and tricks from a professional salesman. John Nides is the VP of Sales for Scojo, New York. We met with John as a class while in Vegas. A couple of weeks later, I followed up with John in a phone interview about networking. John's first bit of advice is to have the gift of gab. Start asking people questions to get people communicating with each other. Next, he said that face-to-face communication is always more effective than online or phone styles of communication. When networking, John says to take the extra initiative. Let the person know exactly what you're looking for. Another useful tip from John is to remember and use names. It's more effective when you network with someone and can say, Mindy from the Art Institute's recommended that I contact you. Last but not least, John also shared with me that the more you can get in front of people and tell stories, the more practice you will get communicating. Before we even went on our trip, we had to send out emails to various vendors with whom we each individually would have wanted to meet while in Vegas. Jocelyn had an effective initial email because it was professionally crafted, short and to the point, and she also did a great job by saying that this meeting was for educational purposes only. After our meetings in Vegas, we needed to send follow-up letters to the vendors we had met with. Anna's follow-up letter was great because she complimented the vendor and its company, and she offered to help with anything they might need in the future. My follow-up letter was also good because I offered to assist the vendor in the future. Little did I know that because of my timely follow-up email, I was taken up on that offer almost immediately after it was sent. My personal experience with networking at Magic started with me emailing and cold calling vendors I was interested in meeting with at Magic. One of the vendors I got in contact with was Lisa Blumenthal, the VP of Sales of RP55 Group, also representing Aku brand clothing. While inside the booth for Aku, Lisa had Dre, the Northeastern sales executive, present to us Aku's Fall 2012 collection like he would present it to buyers. While in the booth, I was introduced to the Midwest sales executive, Jerry Haynes. After my conversation and follow-up letter with Jerry, I was invited to help him with his trade show, Midwest Street Scene, which happens every other month in Chicago and Detroit. While attending the Midwest Street Scene trade show, I worked very closely with Jerry's personal sales assistant, Cookie. Also at the Street Scene trade show, I got the opportunity to work with numerous vendors. However, only a few are listed on this map. While presenting the upcoming lines, I was able to connect with numerous retailers. Although I haven't had the chance to yet, I plan to network with each of the vendors I met with while attending the Street Scene trade show. This could lead to branching off into even more networking opportunities. Who knows, I might even reach back out to Dre, the Northeast sales exec for Aku. I'm curious to find out where that networking angle can lead me to next. And to wrap it all up, my final conclusions about networking. I've learned that networking can determine where you are headed to next. I've also learned that everyone knows someone that can help make networking worthwhile for you. It also seems that trade shows and sales are almost like a hidden industry. You have to get invited into it by networking. Lastly, I learned that you need to use every type of method to network: face-to-face, social networks, emails, and phone calls.